Welcome to GundamTCG.
Hello everyone, this is Snake, member of Team Whitebase, with my deck profile for my blue-white seed build. So far it has come second in 2 big tournaments and first in another. So, let's get down to it.
Locals, not big tournaments.
Yeah, they were more than 12 people. We ran out of prize support at one point, so we're now just owed prize support for promos. It's big enough that Bando didn't support us. Yes, I will put that little knife there and stab into them because of it. I'm still mad about it. Anyway, all jokes aside, we'll start with obviously the core of the white build, for Swart and for Gundam.
Also known as the blocker package.
Yep. If you're playing a top end deck, you need these in. So my opinion is, if you're running wing or this build, you need that early defensive thing to stop rush decks, and it works. I will say, the only decks I've lost to with this has been one blue-red, which I beat afterwards, and the mirror match, where the guy drew all units and no pilots and just rushed me. Our deck tech, Strike Rouge. Pay 1 on standard unit with blocker, it can't attack that turn. Because this deck runs so many blockers, it's a pay 1 to stand, and because it's Archangel on a body, but the cost is so cheap because Archangels have 2. I just love it. Though I guess that the difference is that they're both level 3s. This costs 2, pay 1. Archangel is pay 1, then 2 to stand. So they kind of make sense. Next is another deck tech of my deck. Things that people don't expect because with blockers are such a problem. I run 2 G-Fighter.
And then how many armor rays are you running to fulfill the quota of the link?
4. I will keep one in hand almost the entire game to go for game if the deck I know is going to be running blockers, because they'll let you hit them repeatedly and go down to 1 if they got a load of blockers, or hit them to 0 when you've got a big field, because they're like, okay, I can block the rest. And all of a sudden you drop this, you choose itself and equip armor and swing straight through, and they're like, oh, I didn't expect that. That's why I try to keep this hidden information as long as possible.
Yeah, that's out screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, on to Amuro Ray's second Gundam, even though it's not his Gundam. This is the other target I normally use for Amuro, because it triggers his skill to bounce a 4 HP or less unit back to the hand. Amuro also taps a 5 cost, so I can deal with 2 board presences at once. If I've got other stuff on board, I'll swing into the other unit, clearing their board, meaning I hold presence on board at all times, which is what I want. I don't want them having a board, I want a board, and my board wants to be blockers. I'll also say that during this game, well, all my games, I have chosen to constantly not go after my opponent's shield until like level 5, because I don't care about doing damage. I want board presence. Next we have the unicorn package. Reason being is Benair is good. Unicorn is amazing, even if you have to hard play him. And Benair having a link when it draw one on a link of this and this discard anything is fine. But I also like the fact that Benair is a 2-2. If I stick that on one of my blockers, it boosts their stats up enough that they become threats. Even my low drops, my 2-3 and my 4-2s become threats with a 2-2 block underneath them. So much so that even both of them survive Gundam Wings enter board, which has annoyed people. Another when it attacks, tap down a unit.
Outshot again.
When this unit attacks, tap down a unit. So the way it sequences is attack, tap down, then block as announced. You fill the attack skill before blocker declared, so they can't go, oh, I want to block it. No, you tap that blocker down. You force their plays the way you want. And next, the one thing that's been tricking everyone, because everyone expects me to run 2 Freedom Gundams, but I don't. I run 3. No! I run 4. It's a blocker with a big butt. And that butt don't lie. But yeah, Freedom Gundam is one of my favourite Gundams. And there's a reason this card is expensive still, even now. Anything that runs white wants to run this. It's just that good. Now, onto pilots. Jesus Coon. You know, you know. When attacking -2, the only unit in this game I hate is Dio, because Dio doesn't get touched by that. Typical, I play Dio as well, don't I, in the other deck?
Of course.
Again, on level 5, 1 cost. When linked, so only with the unicorn stuff, draw a card. Yes, that's nice. Yes, I like it. But this is my number 1 discard target. And my number 1 throw on it any unit. If I could have throw something on a unit, I'll throw this on it. Because that 2/2 is so powerful in this game. And finally, the best blue tamer. Or, in this case, pilot. I know we keep saying tamer. We play other Bandai games. It's hard to get it out of our heads. It will constantly happen. I apologise ahead of time. But Armor Array, as I mentioned before with the Strike Gundam, who bounces when equipped, this one rests at level 5 HP or less. When paired. Keyword there being paired. So you put onto anything. Again, means you can take control of the board. Even just put it on something, even like put it on Swart, who is a 3/2, who blocker that can't swing at players. I can equip this, tap down one of their units, and use Swart to swing into it. So that's 5 damage to a unit. Yeah, I may be trading, but Swart can never hit a player. Swart is board control, and that's the point of it. Next. Mini Graceful Charity. I don't think you need to say more. The best draw spell in the game. Even with the next sets, like green stuff and stuff coming out, I still think this is still going to be like the best white card in the game. Only other one close to it are the Freedom and the Strike Gundam. Next, we play 4 copies of a Show Resolve. Yes, I know we don't need to, but I threw in the beta one because I wanted to change the artworks. I like different artworks in my deck. But again, same as Mini Graceful, draw 2, except you don't discard 1. But the cost for keeping an extra 1 card, which is so hefty in my opinion, is the level is 2 higher and the cost is 2 more. So by that logic, you're looking at a 2 level, 2 cost for 1 card to keep. But at the same time, I feel that's still balanced, because the more cards you have, the better chance you have to finish a game. So it makes sense. If they made it any cheaper, I think it would have literally been a broken. But as it stands, it's not too bad in the current game meta. And for our base, this is 1 Archangel, 2 Archangel, 3 Archangel, 4. I will be completely honest with you. 90% of the time, I don't use its skill. The only time I use its skill is end game when I'm swinging into the life and I'm like, oh, I'll stand a blocker, I'll stand a gun, I'll stand a freedom, and it will 9 times out of 10 be a freedom that stands. My reason being is if I leave it rested down and we're on a both hitting each other game, I don't want to leave freedoms rested for them to go after and clear. I want full control. That's why I love playing it. So far, the deck has been working really well. I don't see much we can do at the moment with it. But, as I always say, if you have any ideas or thoughts on how I can improve it or tweaks I can make to it, I'm willing to listen. Just drop a comment in the message below, comment or message down below, and we'll get back to you, and we'll test out the differences. Anyway, that's me signing out. White Base out.